So this class is just going to be a debate on whether you think antibiotics are overused or whether they're not overused. Hello.
Hi.
Hey Sultan, nice to see you again.
Hi, my teacher. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very happy for learning English with you. Yeah.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. Is this your first day in Verbling?
Yes, I am Saudi Arabia, from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi. Okay, so you're Saudi Arabian. Okay, cool.
Mm.
That's really cool. All right. Miriam, are you there?
I speak little English, not very good.
Not very good. Okay, okay. Well, don't worry.
Step
This
by
will
step,
help.
you.
Okay, yes. Practicing will help. Yes.
Okay.
Hello, Miriam.
After English, Spanish.
Okay, okay. Miriam, where are you from? Where? Your microphone is cutting in and out. It may be your connection. Okay. Well, while Miriam's fixing that, like I said, if you guys didn't hear me, today we're going to be debating whether antibiotics are overused or whether they're not. So if you're watching this right now, it's live, and
Just 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay, so you guys should be able to join right now. So click that button, because there are a lot of people here today. Oh boy. Okay. So the class should be full. We have about 46 people here today. Wow, that is a lot. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have, okay, so I think we have 8 in the class, and oh, there we go. Okay, 9th spot. Okay. So hello everyone. My name's Joe. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And this is my 3rd class today. The other 2, I cooked enchiladas and empanadas, and the enchiladas were really good. The empanadas I have not eaten yet. I'm gonna save those for dinner, but I'll let you guys know how those turned out because I think some of you were in that class, or maybe some of you guys are watching it. But today, right now, we're not gonna be cooking. Instead, we're all just gonna be speaking, and we're gonna be debating. So I want all of you guys to speak, and if you don't feel comfortable yet with speaking, that's okay. Hopefully, by the end of the class, you'll at least have added a few comments, because as you guys know, they're 60-minute classes. But today we're going to be debating whether or not antibiotics are overused. So, the first thing we need to do is define antibiotics. What are antibiotics?
Antibiotics is like vaccine that prevent you from, like, when you get a virus, you need to get an antibiotic.
Exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right, James. So when you get sick, maybe if you have a disease or a virus, an antibiotic is, they're basically like, think of it like little people who go inside of you to fight the disease or fight the virus or fight the bacteria to help you feel better, because your immune system is what all of us have immune systems, and we have them because they help fight off viruses and bacteria and diseases. But sometimes they can't fight off everything, which is why we get sick, and that's why sometimes we need antibiotics, which are basically like extra guys to help us fight off those viruses and help us feel better. Good. Okay. And what does the word overused mean? Good. Okay. What does the word overused mean?
It means use too much.
Good. Exactly, Human. You use it too much. So overuse. So it can be used with medicine. It can be used with sports, or not sports. Maybe you use an expression too much, so you overuse it. So, for example, some people say, I don't know, I say awesome a lot, but some of you might think that I overuse it, as in I say it too much. So if I'm always like, awesome, 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 then you might think that I'm overusing the word awesome. Yeah, exactly. Dan, that's a good explanation, a good way to define it. Use more than the amount needed to use it. So it's just when you use something more than you should. So good. Okay. So now that we've got those words defined, we can kind of start this debate. One thing that I thought might be interesting was a video that I wanted to share with you guys, and it's a short animation. It's 4 minutes long, and it explains how antibiotics work. So I don't know, I gave you guys a little bit of a definition of how they work, but I think this animation will help a little bit more. So we're going to watch this together. It's on YouTube. Now the way that we're going to do this, to watch it together, is through the YouTube application. Now when I say YouTube application, James has already got it. So what we're going to do is look to the left side, and you should see chat, screen share, YouTube, and it's a red button with a white triangle in the center, and click on that. Okay, it looks like most of you are there except for 3 of you. Let's see, should tell me. Okay, there we go. So Enrique, Fabrico, Kubra, and Sultan, you guys are not in the YouTube app. Are you guys there? Enrique?
Yes,
Fabrico?
I am here.
Okay. Okay, so do you understand how to open the YouTube application?
No.
No. Okay. So look at my finger. Look at the side that I'm pointing at. Do you see something that says YouTube? Do you see that? Okay, so
Oh no. No.
Okay, so here. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Watch my
Yes.
screen. For those of you who are confused right now, watch and do exactly as I do.
Yes.
Chat, screen share, and then if you don't see YouTube here, it'll look like
Not to-
this.
Not to
Oh,
clear
okay.
your.
Okay.
And then your screen will look like this. Welcome to YouTube and Hangouts. Okay. What we're gonna do, if some of you still don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. I'm just gonna post the link, and that way you can click on it. So look to the Verbling chat if you don't know where we are right now, and that's the video that we're going to be watching. It's called Antibiotics and How They Treat Infection. So we're going to watch this real quick so you guys can get an understanding of how antibiotics work. Alright. Can you guys hear the audio from the video? Is there any audio? Like, is somebody speaking?
No, not really. I can't hear like anything.
Me either.
Okay, I don't think there's any audio in the video. I think it's just an animation with subtitles or with it written out. So we're just gonna watch this. There's no music, so just try and read the. So after the baby is born, the bacteria. Okay, this is kind of fast. In an attempt to fight off the infection, the baby will increase its immune cells called white blood cells. So those are the ones that are going to fight. So it's just kind of showing how these white blood cells enter our bloodstream. So they're the red blood cells, white blood cells, then the little bacteria. Okay, another sign, darkening. Oh, okay. So it's kind of just going into depth about this. It's just trying to show us basically how the white blood cells work. So it looks like they capture the as the infection worsens, immature white blood cells are recruited and circulate in the blood. So what that means is when the body thinks we're sick, it sends out the white blood cells and it says, hey, there's bacteria, you need to stop it. So it goes in to stop it. So there you see the blood flowing of the baby, signs of infection. So we're gonna skip through this a little bit. So this is focusing on babies, which the people that are most susceptible to diseases are babies because their immune systems are still developing, and then old people because their immune systems aren't as strong as younger people. So when you're, I think, a teenager, that's when your immune system is the strongest, or when you're pretty young, like maybe in your 20s or 30s. It makes it easier for the baby's immune system to fight. So I know it says baby's immune system, but it works with any immune system. So the antibiotic helps kill the bacteria, and it makes it easier for the immune system to fight the infection. So when you get sick, that's called an infection, which you can see right there, it's written. And the antibiotic is just helping out your immune system because sometimes the bacteria is stronger than the white blood cells, so it may need help, which is why we take antibiotics. So that's basically it. I don't think we need to watch the rest of the video. To repeat, overused, that means that you use it more often than you should. So let's say I take painkillers every day. That would be overusing it. That's overusing it because I don't need it every day. So yeah. Okay, so we're gonna close the YouTube app, and now we're just gonna start the debate. So you guys can close, if you go to the side and hit the X on the YouTube app, then it'll close it and it'll go back to the screen so you can see me and everybody else that speaks. So the way we're going to do this is I'm just going to ask some questions to kind of start the discussion, start the debate, and then you guys are going to say your opinions, add comments, add your thoughts, whatever. The idea is that you guys all get to speak, state your opinion, and we're kind of just discussing this as a group. So you don't have to ask to speak, you can speak whenever, and that's what we're going to be doing for the remainder of the class. And if you have questions about something or you don't know how to say it, you can write it in the chat and I can try and help you out, or you can just say it and I can try and help you out. So the main question of the debate is, are antibiotics...
Hello?
Man? Hello? Hello? Is something wrong, man?
How are you, everyone?
Good?
Good. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. I want to check on my mic.
Okay. Yeah, it's working. Okay. So, the question is, are antibiotics overused?
How that?
What?
Write your question. Right.
Sultan, you say no?
Yes.
Why?
Why what?
The question is, are antibiotics overused?
I literally speak English, not good. I'm here.
I think sometimes it is overused, but depend on what on the doctors. If sometimes they give a little bit too much,
Uh-huh.
sometimes they give on dose, but it depends on who is your doctors and
So you think it depends on the doctor?
yeah who
Does
who
every...
gives you the antibiotic.
I think I heard a no.
Yes, no. I think it's depend on the person itself. Some
Why?
persons, for example, go and immediately go to use antibiotics. They don't think about other methods. They go immediately to use antibiotics when they get hurt or have some disease or something.
So you think that people just go straight to the antibiotics? They don't even think about, oh, hey, maybe I can wait it out. Which means, like,
Yes.
not do anything, wait it out.
Yes, and maybe can use some other medicaments or natural drugs. So they don't need to go for antibiotics every time they get hurt or they get sick or something like that.
That's true. There are natural methods or natural medicines, like tea, for example, is pretty good. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, I have a question.
All right.
What is the who? How do we call the people who work in the pharmacies? Like like that give out you medicine and stuff.
Yes. That would be called a pharmacist.
A pharmacist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me
I think it's
there we go.
also depend on the pharmacist that if they allow you to buy a lot of antibiotics without asking your science without asking your system. I think that would be the problem if that cause of the problem of overuse.
Yeah. Also, so pharmacies, that's the place, the pharmacy. Pharmacies sell medicine. Now, the people that work there are called pharmacists. And they prescribe medicine. Actually, the doctors prescribe medicine. So doctors say, okay, James, you can take X amount of Xanax or some drug. And so he writes it like on a note and gives it to you, and you bring it to the pharmacist, and the pharmacist says, okay, the doctor said it's okay, so I'll give him X amount of drugs or whatever, or X amount of antibiotics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What about side effect?
there are side effects too.
Yeah.
If you overuse it.
Yes.
Everything,
Exactly.
if you overuse it, you will get the side effect of it.
I have experience on this. I used the doctor used to give me antibiotics, and I'm allergic to it, to one of the dose. Because there are many types of antibiotics like ceftriaxone and like other random stuff. You know,
Mhm.
it's depend on what you are allergic to and what you're not. Yeah.
And sometimes when you take medicine, it fights off the bacteria, but then if you keep taking it, your body might think that it's bacteria, that the antibiotics are bacteria, and then that's how you could become allergic to it. I think that's how it works.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't like to take it a lot. I think it's not good way to heal yourself.
Does anybody does everybody agree with men? Do you not agree with men? What do you think? Do you try not to take antibiotics, or what do you guys do?
Yes, I try not to take antibiotics and take care of my health by eating healthily. But what I think we should do is to take just what is prescribed. I think there is a lot of misuse when you take antibiotics. Some people take less than the dose prescribed by the doctor. Some people continue to use it, and both are bad.
Both are bad. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, Osama.
Yeah, I don't like to use antibiotics, and also I don't like to use drugs in general. So I prefer to use natural medicaments to cure some illness.
What are some of those natural medicines? You've mentioned that a few times. What are some of those that you use?
Some herbal medicine,
Some herbal
medicine from
medicine.
nature. Yeah.
Okay, like tea?
Yes, like tea, like other herbal medicine.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Does anybody?
some plants from from the forest, and some plants that's that's very good for health. And I think this those methods are better than using using medicaments or using antibiotics.
Mhm.
They have an effect better than using the medicaments.
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's like, if you have a cut or something, or your skin is dry, you can use aloe vera, which is a plant.
Yeah.
You can break it open, and there's kind of like a liquid almost that you can rub on your skin, and that helps a lot. Tea. I think tea helps a lot.
With
It,
honey.
tea and honey. Yeah, that
Tea
helps a
and
lot.
honey.
Yeah, like just white tea, green tea.
I like Earl Grey.
You like what kind?
Earl Grey, you know the British tea with the yellow brand.
Ah, okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
It's like Lipton.
No, not like Lipton. It's
Not what's
called Early Grey or something. Earl Grey. Or,
Earl Grey, yeah.
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 Yes.
Earl
This
Grey. I've never had that actually.
it's very
I
good.
know what it is though.
Very good. I've tasted it.
Have you guys had white tea?
White tea.
No.
I've never heard of
Never
white tea.
before.
You've never heard of it, Human?
I heard of
No.
black tea, green tea, red tea, but not white tea.
Yeah,
It's not
white
supposed to be
tea.
white.
If you Google it, it should come up. White tea harvested primarily in China, mostly
China.
in Fujian province. Yeah, white tea's pretty good. Yeah, Lipton white tea is good.
Oh,
Ginger.
I see.
Ginger tea?
Yeah, I
No,
like
just
ginger tea.
ginger.
Oh, ginger in general.
I never had ginger tea, but ginger is also good for treating infections.
Have
Yeah,
you tried to drink mint tea?
mint tea. I've had mint tea.
It's very good.
How about
Mint,
garlic?
yeah, mint
You
tea.
think
Mint
garlic
tea
shop?
is very famous in my country. Mint tea.
Mint tea.
Everybody drink mint tea every day.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
every day.
And I think that's good for you, though. I think there's a speaking of just trying to be healthy in general, so that you don't get infections. Since that's what
Yeah.
we're talking about, there's this diet I want to show you guys real quick that I just found about the other day. It's not like a diet where you're trying to lose weight. It's just if you want to be healthy and eat healthy things and take care of your body. It's called the Anti-Inflammatory diet. So I'm going to try and pull up a picture so you guys can see. So here, I'll zoom in. Okay, so this is the Anti-Inflammatory diet. So I just found out about this in one of my classes the other day at the university, and it's just a way, I guess, a style of eating that's healthy and anti-inflammatory is to prevent diseases, basically, or infections. So,
May I ask you something, please?
yes,
If you can zoom in.
more?
Yes, please.
Is that better or more?
Oh,
There we go. Can you see that?
It's
Can you
good,
read
but
it?
now it's good.
Okay. So yeah, so we'll start at the bottom. So I just want to show you guys this real quick. But basically, the way it works is the larger or the longer the bar. So notice how vegetables is really long. Then the more of it you're supposed to eat. So it says a minimum of 4 or 5 servings a day. So then fruits is your other big thing. And then the rest, as you go up, the portions or the amounts that you're supposed to have lessens. So we have whole and cracked grains, pasta, beans and legumes, which they're just beans. And legumes, it's a type of bean. Healthy fats, which are like nuts, canola oil. It has a few examples here. Fish and seafood, which I'm not a big fan of fish. So it says to eat 2 to 6 times a week, so I don't do that because I'm not a big fan of fish. Cooked Asian mushrooms, other sources of protein, natural cheeses, low-fat dairy, eggs, poultry. Yeah, eggs are good. Healthy herbs and spices. So these you can use to give taste to your food. Then tea. So we have white, green, and oolong, which I've never had oolong, so I don't know if it's good.
What is
Oolong, I think it's pronounced. I think. I might be pronouncing it wrong. Here, so I'm
in
gonna
red
type it in.
wine?
Yeah. But this is oolong tea.
Oolong tea. Okay.
Yeah, it's spelled O-O and then long. O-O long.
Oolong. Oolong.
I think.
Okay.
Has anybody ever had that before?
Yes.
No, never.
No.
Not here in Vietnam.
Human, you've had it in Vietnam?
Yes.
Is it good? What does it taste
I've
like?
never tried. It
Oh,
tastes like any other tea. I'm not a fan of tea really, so I really enjoy.
Okay. Alright. And then supplements, which just means vitamins and minerals, so like vitamin pills. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen the gummy bears that have lots of vitamins in them. But just pills that have extra vitamins and minerals. And then red wine. So it says optional, no more than 1 to 2 glasses a day. But it has a lot of antioxidants, which are good for lowering the risk of heart disease, I believe, and something else. Keep lowering your cholesterol, I think. And then healthy sweets, such as plain dark chocolate, because dark chocolate has antioxidants and it's good. So this is just a simple diet I wanted to show you guys, which I think I'm going to try and at least use it as a guideline when I'm shopping for my food and when I'm eating. Yes, question? No. Okay, so let's go back to the main question. I know we've kind of talked about antibiotics and we've talked about natural antibiotics, you could call them. Sultan, I'm just going to mute you because your breathing is it's just loud. But if you want to say a comment, unmute yourself and say it. Okay, thank you. So we've talked about natural medicines. We were talking about eating healthy to prevent getting infections, which the reason we use antibiotics is because we have an infection or disease or bacteria or virus or something's wrong with us. We're sick. So we were talking about that a little bit, but let's go back to the main question. And some of you have said yes and some of you have said no, but let's just go back to it. Are antibiotics overused? Meaning, do we use them too much? And when I say we, I mean everybody in the world. I don't just mean the United States. I don't just mean Vietnam, Saudi Arabia, etc. I mean just people in general. Do we use antibiotics too much?
I think yes.
You think yes.
Yes.
Why?
I think yes.
Why?
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 Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget, if you say yes or no, just say why. So that way people can
Just
say,
give the
oh, okay, that
reason.
makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can explain why. Because, when my father gets sick, and my mother gets sick, and anyone inside my family, include my aunts and my uncles and all of them, they run and they get some of the antibiotics, and they said they feel great. I don't know why. It's like, it's like crazy, I think. If you run to the medicine or the antibiotic, whatever, it's a crazy thing.
So you say yes. Okay. Okay. And anybody
Yes.
else?
No, can I say something?
Yeah, you don't have to ask. Yeah, go for it, Hyun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think antibiotics are even misused sometimes.
Miss?
As far
Yes.
as far as I know, antibiotics are used when we have some kind of inflammation. But sometimes, like when a lot of people, when they have the flu, which is viral infections, they also use antibiotics. So that's how they misuse.
And you think for the flu that you shouldn't take antibiotics?
Exactly. We should take antivirus instead.
Or like, okay.
I think we should.
Because the flu is caused by viruses, not
Uh-huh.
bacteria.
I
And
think we should
antibiotics are
leave.
for bacteria only. Yeah, sorry, man.
No, okay. No, it's okay. Continue.
No, for me, I don't think that using antibiotics is the answer, is a great choice, because our body will get used to the antibiotics, and every time we will get sick, our body will need more and more antibiotics. But if we first don't use the antibiotic and go and use something natural, something healthy, we will not get used for antibiotics in the future. For me, I don't use antibiotics, and my family also, and I don't know what other people think. I don't know. Maybe they use antibiotics, maybe not. I
It's
don't
crazy.
have
It's
right
crazy how
strategy.
many people use the antibiotic, in the world, and they misuse it, and it has also a side effect. So if the side effect happened to someone, he will say, "Oh, it's because I'm sick, not because I take too much pills." I think.
Yeah, right.
I think that sometimes you stop taking the pills when you start to feel better, and what happens is that your body creates a resistance, so you get sick more often,
But
and
I think we
the
should.
virus come
Yeah.
back stronger.
But I think we should leave our body to get the what you call the natural resistance from inside.
Natural, yeah. Natural defense.
Natural defense.
Yeah.
Natural defense. So if we get the natural defense, you won't get sick easier and quicker than before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should always prevent, but sometimes you just have to take it.
I know, especially if you work.
Yeah, no, I think you guys are right. Um, I mean, sometimes people go to the doctor because they think, okay, I gotta get medicine. I gotta get medicine. I need medicine to help. And I know, Hewan, you mentioned something about you don't think people should get medicine for the flu, and also some people in the chat have mentioned that as well. And I wanted to say that I think it depends on what you should take antibiotics for.
Yeah, and I think a good doctor can't give his patient antibiotics. For example, last time I had the flu and I go to the doctor, and the doctor told me that I have not I'm not it's not good to take antibiotics, so go ahead and take some honey and lemon and you will get better. So the doctor doctor is very good, yeah. So if antibiotics are good to health, so the doctor will give them to me. Why the doctor told me to go and take honey and lemon instead, you know?
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, I think you got a good doctor. For me, for example, I got the flu in January. A lot of people did in the United States because it was spreading kind of like wildfire. And I had the flu, and I went to the doctor. And the reason I went to the doctor um, wasn't because I thought, okay, I need medicine. It was more that it was so painful. I had a really bad headache. I couldn't sleep at night
Yeah.
because I couldn't breathe because my throat hurt, and there was so much mucus in my nose, and I couldn't breathe out of my nose. So I went to the doctor, and I was coughing a lot too, and so I thought, okay, I'm pretty sick. Normally I don't go to the doctor, but I'm going to go this one time because I'm so sick. And the other reason I went was because in college, in the United States, at university, if you're sick, the only way that you'll get excused from a class, when I say excused, I mean like the teacher won't take off points. The only way to get excused from a class is if you have a note that says, Joe Previtt is sick. He cannot go to class.
You mean
So,
like,
a doctor's note.
not to go to college for 1 day or 2 days?
Yes, that's what I mean.
To take the
Oh.
day off.
Basically, to
Take the day
rest.
off. Oh, okay. Okay.
So if let's pretend like if this were a classroom and you guys came and it was like at like a university or something, and I said, okay, man, like man writes me an email and says, hey Joe, I'm sick, I can't come to class. Then I respond and say to man, okay, man, if you're sick, you're going to need to go to the doctor and send me a note, a doctor's note. Otherwise, I'm going to
Yeah.
you'll lose participation points for today or the next day.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
a paper
Yeah.
that proved that you were sick.
It's kind of silly because like some
Yeah.
of my teachers said, oh, okay, Joe, I understand you have the flu, don't come to class. But then another teacher said, I'm sorry, Joe, you're gonna have to go to the doctor, and I'm gonna have to see a doctor's note if you want to
Yeah.
keep your points, basically. So that was another reason I went to the doctor. But anyways, I
Because
think
no, continue. Sorry.
okay, that's okay. So what I was gonna say is, I think you should go to the doctor when it's really serious. So for example, like if you have a stuffy nose, that's probably something that'll go away. If you have a sore throat, that'll probably go away. If you have a headache, it'll probably go away. But if if you have bumps on your skin, or like I don't know, something is wrong with your skin, or you have rashes, then I think you should go to the doctor because those could be serious.
What does
But
it mean, rashes?
rash, okay. Well, I don't have a rash. Let's pull up a picture. Hopefully, we don't see anything too gross. But a rash. So these are different types of rashes. This is when I
Oh,
say rash.
oh
This is
no.
what I mean. So like
Oh,
it'd be
Oh
anything.
my god, what is this?
So there are some bad rashes. Yes. So these are all rashes.
Oh, okay, not a good thing to see.
Nuh-uh. But another thing. So let's say I'm walking and I fall down and scrape my elbow. When I like
Uh-huh.
say like this is the ground and I scrape it, I can get a rash or a cut or a scrape.
Gosh, yeah.
For example, here's a scar. You can kind of see it. I have this
What happened
scar.
to you?
I got this when I was riding in 8th grade on a bicycle and I went off a ramp and I was in the air and I turned the handlebars like this and I landed with the tire sideways and scraped my elbow into the street, into the
Oh my god,
asphalt, and it
hurts.
was
that's why I
bleeding.
don't ride bikes.
Well, it was only because I went off a ramp. It wasn't like.
You know, the last time I ride a bike since I was 8 years old.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I forget how to ride a bike. If I want to ride a bike now, I will fall. Like, you know, the first time I learned.
Yeah.
So-
Well, they're not
No,
that
no.
hard. I ride it. I mean, I don't jump on bikes anymore, but like I thought it would be fun, and I was like 13 years old,
Yeah.
and I cut it open, and then I put a Band-Aid on, which a Band-Aid is a bandage to cover it up to let it heal.
The white
And-
one, I think you mean.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, just a side note: in the United States, we call things by the brand name. We don't call them by the actual. So, Band-Aid is a brand name, so that's why I call it Band-Aid. I'm gonna show you real quick a picture, because so if I type in Band-Aid, let's see, because I don't know what the word is in England. They don't say Band-Aid, or in the United Kingdom. So this is a brand name. It's the brand name of American Pharmaceutical and Medical Services. But if we type in image, so Band-Aid, so that's the brand. So they were probably the first ones, and so everybody calls these Band-Aids.
Oh,
Now, what they're
okay.
actually called are what is the name?
Yeah,
That's
the bandage. Bandage.
Bandage.
Bandage, yes, it's
Yeah.
called bandage. Bandage, I mean.
I think they're called plasters. Here we go. In the United Kingdom, they call them plasters.
Huh. Awful name.
I know. I don't understand. These are called plasters. I don't
I
know.
used to
that
be
doesn't make any
there. You
sense.
know, I didn't like they use, you know, the most horrible thing to say to a thing. You know, you say the Americans say something and the British say something. You know, it's making me confused.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
said I
so-
will use the American one.
Yeah, no, Band-Aids, that's if you go to the United States and you say plaster, they're gonna look at you like, what are you talking about? What's a plaster? Somebody told me that and I was like, what's a plaster? It's another thing like there's Popsicle. That's a brand. I spelled that wrong. This is the original brand, Popsicle. And now everybody calls like a frozen like this is a popsicle, that's a popsicle. But we took the brand name and now we call just this thing, we call it a popsicle. But
Yeah,
I think
It's very
do
funny.
you know, yeah, what do they, I think in the United Kingdom they call it an icy poly.
I see Polly.
Or maybe that's in
Poly.
Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, in Australia they call them icy polies, which is also another brand name.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's interesting because in the United States we do that a lot. Like for example, when I was cooking, I was using spray, like non-stick spray, which is Pam. Which okay, that didn't Pam spray. There we go.
I want
There
to I want to ask you about the good cooking I've seen today. I was outside, so I watched you while you were cooking. I found it's good thing to do. I never know you know how to cook.
Yeah, I started. I mean, it's easy. I mean, everybody can cook. I mean, obviously, some people can cook things better than other people. That's what determines a good cook from a bad cook. But I started cooking when I was traveling in Europe, and I was cooking my own food to save money. And so I thought it'd be cool to cook for you guys because I thought, hey, I like cooking. I'm sure you guys like cooking. You guys have probably never made some of the
Yeah,
things.
we like
To be
eating.
to be honest, you give me like a motive to to do thing because you are in this age. It's a good thing, I
Good,
like.
thanks. I'm glad. Yeah, cooking. I think it's great. I think everybody should cook. I mean, I was saying this in my cooking class that a lot of Americans are lazy, and I'm lazy too. I cook a lot of things in the microwave, but I also like to cook when I can. I mean, it depends because, like at the university, when you live in a college dorm room, you kind of get lazy because you don't have a kitchen right there next to you. Like for example, let's say this was the size of my room. Like I don't know if you guys can see. If it was this big, then
Yeah.
and there's no kitchen there, and the kitchen is I live on the 6th floor, so I have to take the elevator all the way down. So it's
Yeah,
kind
but
of
I think men in general are lazy to are lazy to cook. Yeah, they
Not
wait
all,
for
some.
women. They wait for women to cook for them. But if the women are not in the house, they just go and buy stuff from outside.
You
They
mean
do
like
not. They don't.
takeaway?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
They buy some ready food, some fast food to eat.
I hate fast food, if I
Yeah,
could,
me too.
I would burn all the fast food restaurant.
Yeah, McDonald's.
McDonald's one of them. Sorry.
oh no, I don't care. I don't eat McDonald's very much.
I hope a terrorist McDonald's on I hope a terrorist attack on McDonald's.
No.
Okay, let's not hate on McDonald's. Let's get back to antibiotics. 'Cause
Okay.
we've strayed away.
Sorry, it's me.
Because McDonald's can be called to use antibiotics.
In some Max chicken or something. They put.
Big Macs. Okay. Yeah, okay, so back to antibiotics. So we're talking about antibiotics, and most of you said that they're overused. So the question is, so if we do think they're overused, then the next question is, when should we use antibiotics? When do we know that it's okay to use antibiotics, and when is it not okay?
I think we have to use antibiotics only in a serious if the illness gets serious. But in the first, for example, if the illness or the is not very serious, so it's not we are not going to use antibiotics because they are not good for our health. We can use some other stuff, natural stuff instead. But there are a lot of people that they get afraid or scary of dying. So one time they get sick, they go immediately for antibiotics. They don't think about other methods or other drugs. So that's all.
Yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah, and maybe you go to the doctor and he automatically gives you an antibiotic. He won't even tell you to take a natural medicine because it's easier for him. And for you.
Exactly, and he gets paid money probably.
It's like if the doctor have the receipt written before. So once you get to the doctor, he give you the prescription written without thinking about the illness or without thinking about.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
I read once that doctors have maybe a deal with drug makers, the labs that make drugs.
Yeah, you
So
could say.
if they
Yeah.
prescribe that amount of drugs, maybe antibiotics, they get a percentage.
You
of
mean
the-
like
of
a
the
contract?
What?
A contract, like
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a contract. So the way there's like a specific name because it's like for example when you see in a movie you see like let's say I'm in the movie, um, I'm stapling papers, and then you see a close up on the brand, which is Simple Line. So like if there was a close up, so obviously this company said, hey, we want you to use our stapler in your movie, and we want you to focus in on it, and we'll give you $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's exactly what Juliana is saying, that these doctors, when they prescribe a medicine, so like for example, you could do Tylenol versus ibuprofen. So if you have those two choices, and Tylenol says, hey, in your doctor's office, we want you to prescribe your patient Tylenol instead of ibuprofen. We'll pay you $500. Or every time you prescribe Tylenol, we'll give you $50 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because you know, in many movie, you can see many actors, in many actor, they use some specific medication to take it, and they focus on the brand name.
Exactly.
It's like, you know, like a game or something.
Yeah. So it's I don't know the word exactly, but yeah, exactly. You guys are explaining it right. Okay, so I think everybody agreed with Osama that you should take antibiotics when the doctor says that it's serious. Now, if the doctor says, oh, okay, well, you could take this and then get rid of it, or if he says, I recommend taking this, you have to think about, okay, am I going to die from this? If there's a die, then I would say it's serious, and you should probably take antibiotics. But if it's like the flu, I don't know. I mean, people have died from the flu, so you have to be careful. I think you'd have to think about yourself and think about your immune system. So I think most of you guys are probably have a healthy immune system, like you're at the age where your immune system's pretty healthy. So I think it depends on that too.
Because, you know, the last time I checked on myself, and I find everything, thank God, is good, perfect. So the doctor was surprised because, you know, he didn't find me anything. He asked me if I'm allergic to anything. I said no, I'm good. I'm not allergic. He asked me if I drink, no. If I smoke, no. He asked me, do you sleep good? I said, sometimes.
All the machines are working fine.
Yes, it's working fine.
That's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I think you guys are right. Okay. Well, let's see. We have about 5 minutes left. So I know most of you guys said you guys don't take antibiotics very often, but for example, if you guys have a headache, what do you guys do? So this is for anybody. What do you do if you have a headache?
For me, I'll lay down and on the bed and just relax and think about good thing.
For me, when I get a headache, I go to sleep, and when I get up, everything is okay.
That's good.
Oh, but
Yeah.
not good to sleep and you have like high pressure, you know, high blood pressure. Maybe you'll get, I don't know,
Yeah,
any kind of reaction.
if you have a high pressure, you can just cut a lemon and put it in your head. Because lemon, it's like absorbing the warm, the heating.
Oh, really? I never know that.
Where do you put the
before.
lemon?
Yeah.
Like on your forehead?
In your head, yeah. Cut the lemon in a circles and put them in your head.
Oh,
That's
like
good.
cut them in half, like cut the lemon in half,
Yeah.
and then put it
in
like
half.
this. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
never
not because of the lemon absorbs the temperature.
Yeah,
It's because
yeah,
of the
that's right.
no. It's because of the smell.
Of the smell.
Yeah.
So you don't
Citric
like to
smell.
put you don't like to put lemons in your head because of the smell.
Well, you don't have to put it on your forehead if you want.
No, no, it's not obligatory to put them in your forehead. You can put them everywhere in your head.
Yeah, that's because of the smell of the citric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Citrus, I think.
Yeah,
Citric.
that's right. Yeah,
Citrus.
citric.
Citrus.
Citrus. Yeah.
Citrus, yeah.
Citrus.
Oh, I never know that.
Yeah, but it's very good. Yeah, I used to use lemon a lot when I was in the university.
Because I know most Egyptian people they use it when they get angry, and they said, "I will make you some lemon."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
funny, like when you get angry or something.
Yeah,
What
you,
is-
you give. Yeah, you give. They give you a cup of lemon to calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get calm.
Huh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
It, for example, someone steal your money and give you a cup of lemon.
Wait, like a
You
cup
know-
of lemonade? Like the juice?
Yeah,
Yes.
like the juice. Yeah,
Okay, that's called lemonade.
Lemon.
lemonade. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Lemonade. Also the British, when you get angry or something, they said like, get calm, and they start to make some tea for you. So I said I don't want any tea.
I'm angry. I don't want any tea.
I want your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Funny.
I think like there are some like doctors diagnose people with, I don't know, it's like syndromes that make that where they say like, okay, you get angry really easily. So then they say, okay, you need to take this medicine. Or for example, ADHD or ADD. I don't remember exactly what those stand for, but the way it works is it's like when you're like super excited and you have a short attention span, which means it's hard for you to focus.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes doctors prescribe medicine for that. I think Adderall is the medicine they prescribe for that, which slows you down and helps you focus. Which,
So, you mean
Oh.
hyperactive people?
hyperactive, yes.
Okay.
Because I tell you something funny. When I was like kid, I used to take this thing. I don't know what they call it in that time, but it's since like long time. But not because I was like crazy or something when I was a kid, but because I was I have bad memory. So if I can't focus on think,
Yeah.
not good.
No, not good. Yeah, no, you got to be careful because there are some people who take those kind of drugs that doctors prescribe to people, but you shouldn't take them because they use them to like get high or for other reasons. Like,
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
some people
Yeah.
in the university, they take Adderall when they need to focus and like write a paper, or like for example, if it's late at night and their essay is due tomorrow, they'll take Adderall that night so they can stay up and write it.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's like, yeah, it's bad. I don't.
Can you write it?
Adderall.
No, I'm joking.
Well, I
but,
mean, if you want to look it up and see.
but for some illnesses, nowadays people are, I don't know, much people are hypochondriac. You know what it is?
No, what
I
is
just-
that?
Okay, I will write it. Okay. So this kind of people thinks that they have a lot of illnesses, and they are caring about it all the time. They are with all the, I don't know, with all the treatments and the new formulas to make his methylines better, and they are doing the wrong way.
Hypochondriac.
Yeah,
It's like a phobia about illness.
well, it's not a phobia.
It's let's see. I'm gonna look it up and see what I can learn. Pertaining to an excessive preoccupation with and worry about oneself. So what that means is someone who's hypochondriac, from my understanding, is that they're always worried about getting sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're always worried about getting sick.
So they are always yes.
Taking antibiotics, maybe.
They are always thinking about it and thinking that, oh, I have a spot, maybe I got cancer or something like that.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
some people, they also afraid of touch other thing. You know, like in restaurant, if they touch something, they start to whip their hands. You know,
Uh-huh.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Some people have some weird. Yeah, some people have
Yeah.
some weird phobias. Okay,
It's
well, it is funny. All right, well, that brings us to the end of the class. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed this debate, or at least this topic, and maybe you learned a few words, or at least
Yeah.
something new. But
It was
thank you guys for
interesting.
coming.
Thank you. I enjoyed
Good,
the
I'm glad.
class.
Yeah,
Really.
thank you.
Thank you, Joseph.
Have a good day, Joel.
Thank you guys. You too.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye bye.
See ya.